We are now looking at, given the roots or zeros or intercepts of a quadratic equation, can you write the equation? So it says, writing the equation of a quadratic function that has the following factors. Well, these are your factors right here. These are your factors. So what's going to happen is we're going to write the equation from the factors. Now, remember, when you look at a quadratic equation, your solutions, which are what you have here, your solutions, which is what you're provided. Your solutions are also called your roots. They're also called your zeros. And they're also called your x-intercepts. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to take these quadratics and we're going to write them in intercept form using the solutions, the x-intercepts. So when you see a quadratic equation, if you'll remember, if we give you a generic quadratic equation, let's say I give you y equals x minus 4, x plus 2, and I ask you from this, which is intercept form, what are the solutions? Well, remember, the solutions are the x-intercepts. What's the value of y at the x-intercept? 0. So basically, we wanted this to come out to 0. We want this to present us with 0 as an answer. And in order for that to be a 0, that means either this factor has to equal 0, because if this is 0, 0 times this will be 0, or this factor has to equal 0. So this times 0 times this would be 0. So we were going to take each factor. We have x minus 4, and we're going to set it equal to 0, and we're going to take x plus 2 and set it equal to 0. Add 4, add 4. That means x would have to equal 4 to make this 0. On this one, x would have to be negative 2 to make that 0. So those are your two solutions. So here we're working backwards. They're giving you the solutions and asking you to find intercept form. So in order for us to find intercept form, if x is negative 1, what did you notice about the pattern here? The solution is the opposite sign of what's in the factor. So x minus 4 means our solution is 4. X plus 2 means our solution is negative 2. So, and I'll use f of x, or you can use y. Remember, f of x, y, interchangeable, is equal to, what's the opposite of negative 1? Plus 1. What's the opposite of 2? Negative 2. And there is your answer in intercept form, factored form. That's all you have to do. So let's look at B. B is going to be f of x or y, whichever you want to write, equals, that's negative 5, so it's going to be x plus 5. That's 4, so it's going to be x minus 4. And that's your answer for number 2. Or actually part B. For C, I only have one solution. I have one solution. Well, I can't just write this. It's a positive 12. I can't just write x minus 12 once. This is a quadratic. There has to be a squared factor in here. I've got to have something squared. Well, this just means that when you graph for C, that's going to be one of those that only touches the x-axis one time at the vertex. That's why you have one solution. These other ones, they could either be this or this, where they're touching the x-axis twice. That's why you have two solutions here and one here. So this is basic, but this basically means is that it's x minus 12 squared, which is the same thing as writing x minus 12 times x minus 12. That's why you only have one factor, one root, is because both factors are the same. So that is how you take the solutions and write the intercept form.